everyone! I am Mecha Rant 42, your favorite YouTube harpy, and today we are talking about the last of the short treks, thank God, The Escape Artist. So, let me give you a quick sort of non-spoilery impression review, and then we'll get into kind of some full spoilers, and there's some twists in this episode, so, you know, there will be a full spoiler section. I don't know quite what to think of this. It's probably the best of the short treks, and each time I say that, I think I said that for Calypso, that it was probably better than Runaway, and then, I don't know, I think the Saru episode was pretty terrible. I can't remember what I gave it. This episode, had it been anything but Star Trek, had this been any sort of scoundrel sort of character, had this been a character on like Battlestar Galactica or Firefly or you know some new science fiction show, I think it would be kind of a really interesting sort of episode. Does it belong in Star Trek? Yes and no. I mean you've got the Harry Mudd stuff, which is 1000% a callback to TOS. I don't know, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't feel right. It feels too modern. It feels too, and I know that's the point, it's supposed to feel modern. It feels so out of place. It feels so, I don't know. And it sucks because I was actually kind of enjoying this episode. And please don't unsubscribe if you're also a Discovery hater. Well, and I think part of why I enjoy this episode more than the rest is that, well, we had no Michael Burnham, we had none of the Discovery crap, we had probably one of the best characters of the series, because he was a character that was established previously. He seems a little bit more evil, more of a scoundrel, more of a mirror universe sort of character. This character would absolutely 1000% fit in the mirror universe. I don't know. I'm so conflicted about this episode. I mean, it was dumb. It wasn't, I don't know. I didn't see the plot twist coming, and I probably should have. But man, a lot of this, I'm also watching this very, very late at night. It's like 1:30 in the morning when I'm actually getting around to watching this. I've been procrastinating because I know Discovery tends to leave such a bad taste in my mouth every time I watch it. It is something that is super hard to sit through. It is super hard to deal with. There's so many canonical inconsistencies in Star Trek, and it's kind of to the point where I just kind of have to just say, okay, this isn't Star Trek anymore. I'm critiquing this as something else, which sucks because at the end of the day, the fact that they're trying to pass this stuff off of Star Trek is still the problem. This still isn't Star Trek. This is like the bad fan film version of Star Trek, and as enjoyable as the episode is, in comparison to other Discovery episodes, you know, it was so much better than like the other Discovery episodes. I would probably have to give this maybe a 6 out of 10, which I think I gave one of the other not as terrible episodes of like actual Discovery. I think I gave like the episode 10 of Discovery about a 6 out of 10. It felt more like, it felt like I was watching more like Stargate, something more modern. Like I said, Battlestar Galactica, Firefly, Stargate, something more modern. It does not feel like Star Trek. There's too much comedy to be Star Trek. It's not fun enough to be the Orville. It kind of feels like I was watching something that could easily be some character, some interesting, some good character in a Stargate Atlantis sort of thing. Which gives me like this sort of almost shame that I'm almost enjoying this sort of character, but at the end of the day, it's still trying to fit into Star Trek, and it doesn't fit into Star Trek. So yeah, about a 6 out of 10 for this one. It wasn't really that bad. I kind of am enjoying Rainn Wilson's performance as Harry Mudd because he's very theatrical. He's enjoying it. He wants to be there. He actually seems to put some effort into it, unlike a lot of the other people who just kind of show up and read the lines like wooden planks, you know, Sonequa Martin Green. And that's what's good about it. We didn't have the Discovery crew, which are kind of terrible. We didn't have any Discovery people. So yeah, about a 5 out of 10. So turn the video off if you don't want spoilers. If you do want the full spoiler, we're breaking down the whole episode. It's only about 12 minutes once you take away all of the commercials and previews and credits and all that junk. So let's just get right into it. All right, let's go. And where am I going to put this? We're going to put this here. We're putting it up here. So this is the Escape Artist, and holy crap, disco music. The intro comes in all Star Trek-y with the dun 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 sort of sounding like, well, this version of it, the Discovery version of that, which isn't anywhere near the Star Trek music. But then it turns into disco. Because no one bothered to tell them disco sucks, I guess. I don't even know sometimes. And so we open with this Tellarite guy right here buying Harry Mudd from some random Star Wars character. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is like the second time I've had to make a Star Wars character reference. It really sounds like a Star Wars character. It sounds like, you know, with the weird voice change. It's something out of Force Awakens or Return of the Jedi, even, with the weird voice changer and the Star Wars-ese language. Kind of interesting, not gonna lie, because I'm like kind of intrigued about who this character is. Well, you'll know why I sighed right here once we get to the end. So this Tellarite guy is really pissed at Harry Mudd for stealing some sacred cudgel, something other. It's a weapon, I guess, and for sleeping with his sister. Also, the crap Harry Mudd did in like the STD episode, where there was the Groundhog Day episode, actually had some consequences and actually made him wanted. And they say, oh yeah, 20 counts of murder and attempted theft of a starship and illegally penetrating a space whale, a Gormigander. So they're bringing back that episode like that happened, which is awesome. And you know, we have some continuity for a change, But no, why would they just let him go if they're going to make him wanted? It doesn't fix. I mean, yeah, it kind of acknowledges yes, this is an oopsie, we should not have let him go. But at the same time, it still solidifies, and it actually almost makes it worse, because that even solidifies my argument of why the fuck did they let him go in the end of that episode, whatever, I think it was 5. I can't remember which episode it was. I know it's one I reviewed, and it was terrible, but he basically does Groundhog Day sort of time loop to murder the captain over and over and over again, and it's kind of hilarious, but at the same time, they should never have let him go. So of course this Tellarite pulls up his wanted list, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna sell you because you stole this sacred weapon and you banged my sister. So, yeah, I don't know why they would just let him go still. It almost makes that even worse, but. So we get about 10 minutes of, like, Harry Mudd flashbacks to all the times he's been captured and stuff, because he's trying to, like, sweet talk his way out of getting sold, or turned into the Federation or something from this Tellarite. Because Tellarite's like, I'm gonna take you, and I'm gonna turn you in, and I'm gonna get a bunch of money, and, you know, It's cute. He's a cute little bounty hunter, but apparently, I think this is a Klingon. I can't even tell. Well, they've got fire on their bridge, so of course it's a Klingon. So he flashes back to the time a Klingon tried to turn him in for his bounty, or he had to escape, and he had to bullshit him. And then he does this whole other flashback to this other little prisoner. I guess the whole running joke with her, or he's the prisoner. The running joke with her, this bounty hunter, is that she's short. And we get some, like, all these little bickerings, and all these times he's trying to, like, sweet talk people and talk his way out of this and bribe people, and here he's with some Orions, and he's trying to, like, bribe this male Orion here by saying, hey, I have, like, more money than you could possibly dream of. And then the woman Orion comes in, and she's like, really? We have a camera. You're fired. So it's this stuff is so Stargatey. They really humanize all these characters, all these, like, little side characters. That's something they would do at Stargate. And I'm a huge Stargate fan. It just doesn't sit right. It's like accidentally taking a bite out of something that you're expecting to be terrible, like medicine, and be like, this actually is okay. This is palatable. but it doesn't belong in my mouth because I'm not sick. So, you know, except in the case of STD, I think we all have a bit of STD if we have to watch this stuff. Had this been any other series, it would have been fine. Oh, God. But yeah, so we get like the 10 minutes of the flashbacks, and it's cute. So so we approach the Starship Demilo. I had to turn on the subtitles. I swear I was hearing them say tomato. Starship Tomato. And they show up, and Harry Mug even tries begging. He's like, please, I beg you, please don't turn me in. He is like the master manipulator, which I really, really like. He's playing like all the angles. And Rainn Wilson has the confidence and the chops to pull off this master manipulator. You know, you kind of, he kind of reminds me of people I've dealt with in my YouTube career and in friendships and stuff, where they'll turn on you and they're like the master manipulator and stuff. That's kind of who he reminds me of, and it's kind of interesting. So, decent enough actor for it. Even though he still insulted Trek fans by saying that, you know, we couldn't afford $7 for CBS All Access, but we could afford $7 for coffee. So, Now, Rainn Wilson, the director of this episode, Harry Mudd himself, decided to include this shot, which I know we've seen this like helmety, these sort of helmety androidy characters before. You know, but he decided to put this random shot in while they're walking in the hallway of the Demilo, and I just had to put this in here too. So basically they beam over to the Demilo, they're walking through the halls, the guy in the transporter room is walking them past this stuff, and he's like, gee, yeah, so there's this thing, we already have, we already got one, we already have, you know, you don't have Harry Mudd, we already have Harry Mudd. There's a huge thing, but he decided to throw in this shot about 2 seconds before the big, huge, full spoiler plot twist reveal. You know, this picture of this android-looking thing, you know, about 80 years before Data, but whatever, we're gonna put that out of our head. This isn't Star Trek anymore. Because, I guess foreshadowing, 30 seconds in advance, foreshadowing of, he's an android. Yeah, and I don't have words to describe how disappointed I am that he's out there cloning multiple copies, like perfect copies of himself. And he has this little test, this little phrase that once they realize, or once they found out their little activation code. Something I'd rather be eating kippers on a beach. I can't even remember what it is. You guys, if you've seen it, you guys will remember and you'll tell me in the description or in the comments. I don't want to. This is where I kind of turn my brain off, and I'm like, I don't have words anymore. I honestly start to question whether or not I remember androids in TOS. And whether or not, okay, were Harry Mudd's women androids? Do I remember any of this? Were they like perfect androids? I don't remember. I don't know. But plot twist, there's androids. The spaceship Tomato has been like wheeling them in for and buying off androids, confiscating them. I don't think they're paying for them. They're confiscating all these androids. They've been doing it for weeks, you know, and yeah, there's a cargo bay full of them, just a buttload of Harry Mudds. Their ship is just lousy with Harry Mudds, and to make matters worse, they're listening to disco music, the disco music from the beginning. I don't know anymore. I don't even know. I feel like I'm so much dumber after watching Star Trek Discovery, and I really don't even know if I can complain about this one because I forget what I remember about Star Trek when I watch these episodes. But yeah, so he's an android, and the Tellarite even tries to rip the guy's arm off, rip his arm off on the spaceship Yamato in their hallways. Tomato, whatever, Demilo, it's Demilo, and they rip the arm off, and he starts in with this catchphrase, and yeah. Also, oh god, also guess who is, you know, the big booby girl who's selling and making all these Harry Mudds? There's just another ship that's lousy with Harry Mudds. You guys will probably know. You guys will probably know before I do. Or before I did. Or before I click the button here. Big mask, face reveal, pulls the mask off, pulls the wig off, and Harry Mudd is selling Harry Mudds to the highest bidder, you know, to get rich. And man, it's so nice how advanced data is, and I forget Star Trek. I don't know. Like I said, 6 out of 10. Did you guys watch this episode? I think my will to fight and my will to complain about these episodes it's just dwindling. It's kind of ridiculous, and at the same time, it's kind of interesting. Is it Star Trek? No, it's not. It's a weird, stupid episode of Stargate or something that could be in any science fiction thing. This could be any spaceship con man anywhere, and it's better than the rest of Discovery because it doesn't have Michael Burnham and Saru and all that garbage, but I don't know. Did you guys watch the episode? What did you think of this episode? Am I too easy on it because I just have lost the will to fight? Am I too hard on Discovery because I really, really dislike everything Discovery stands for? Tell me what you think in the comment section below. I am Mecha Random 42. I am covering Discovery, The Orville, whatever other shows that I happen to stumble upon in the meantime until at least Doctor Who comes back. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video or live stream. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!